Hey, welcome. Today we're going to break down the sometimes kind of scary world of finance, and we're going to do it by telling a really simple story about a lemonade stand. Seriously, it's this powerful little guide that'll teach you pretty much everything you need to know about how businesses create value, and maybe even more importantly, how you can use those exact same lessons to build your own wealth.
You know, it's funny, Einstein wasn't an investor, but he absolutely understood the incredible, almost magical power of compounding. This idea right here, this is the secret engine behind everything we're about to talk about. Stick with me, and by the end of this, you'll get exactly what he meant and how you can put this powerful force to work for you.
Okay, let's get right into it. Building real wealth isn't a sprint. It really is a marathon. We're not talking about those get-rich-quick schemes you see everywhere. Nope. This is all about patience, it's about discipline, and it's about having a solid, long-term game plan. You have to get this mindset right because it is the foundation for absolutely everything else. So, to make all this stuff real and easy to grasp, we're going to lean on this fantastic story from the investor Bill Ackman. We are going to start a business together. And yeah, it's a simple lemonade stand. Think of this little stand as our own personal finance lab. It's going to teach us everything about capital, growth, risk, and of course, reward. First things first, any business needs money to get started. So we form a company and create shares. That's just ownership, or what they call equity. We sell off a third of our company to an investor for $500 cash. But we also borrow $250. So why do both? I mean, why not just sell more shares? Well, borrowing money, that lets us, the founders, keep a bigger slice of the pie for ourselves. And if things go well, that means a bigger slice of the profits down the road. Okay, so this is what the business looks like on paper. Day one. And what's really cool is how it all balances out. On the left, we've got our assets. That's $750 in cash, but what on earth is goodwill? Well, you can think of it as the value of our brilliant idea, our brand, before we've even sold a single cup. And on the right, you see where that value came from. $250 from the loan, and the rest from what the owners put in. See how both sides are perfectly equal? That's key.
Of course, we don't just let that cash sit there, we put it to work. We spend $500 on a stand and all our supplies. Lemons, sugar, cups, the whole shebang. Now look closely. The total value of our company hasn't changed, but we've swapped some of that cash for real, physical things that we actually need to make money. We are officially ready for business.
All right, so how did year one go? Well, we sold 800 cups and made $800. That's pretty good. But after we pay for our supplies, our labor, and that interest payment on our loan, we actually lost money. $15 in the red. And this is the moment of truth, right? Is the business a failure? Do we just pack it in and say it was a bad idea? Or is there something bigger going on here?
And this is where the magic happens. No way did we give up. Instead, every single penny the business made, we poured right back into it, buying more stands, selling way more lemonade. Just look at what happens in 5 short years. Our revenue explodes by 10 times. And that little loss, it's turned into a $1,500 profit. That, my friends, is the power of reinvesting and letting the business grow.
So what's the big lesson from our little lemonade story? It really boils down to this. There are 2 basic ways you can put money into a business. You can be the lender, the person who gives the loan, or you can be the owner, the person who buys the shares. And that choice is the classic trade-off between playing it safe and going for big growth.
Here's the breakdown. The lender, they get a fixed, totally predictable return. And if the business goes belly up, they're first in line to get their money back. It's the safer bet. The owner, on the other hand, takes on way more risk. They're the last to get paid. But, and this is a huge but, if the business takes off, the owner gets all that upside, every last bit of it.
So let's think about our friend, the lender. Are they happy? Yeah, probably. They're getting their $25 every year, guaranteed. A nice, safe 10% return. It's consistent, it's predictable, no surprises, but also no big, exciting payday.
But now, let's look at the owners. By year 5, the business is cranking out a profit of $1,500. That initial risk they took, it paid off big time. Their part of the business is now generating a return that is worlds away from the lender's predictable $25. That's the incredible reward for taking a risk and believing in the growth.
Okay, let's bring this home. What does any of this lemonade stand talk have to do with you? Well, everything. Because these exact same ideas, owning a piece of a growing business, letting profits compound year after year, that's exactly what investing is all about. You get to be the owner. Let me show you just how powerful this compounding engine can be. Imagine you invest just $10,000 when you're 22.
You let it grow at a pretty standard 10% return, and you don't add another dime. Well, by the time you're ready to retire, it's turned into nearly $600,000. Just from that one investment. Your money did all the work.
But here's the kicker, and this is maybe the most important takeaway of all. What happens if you wait just 10 years? If you start with that same $10,000 at age 32 instead of 22, that final number gets slashed by more than half. It hammers home the point. Your single greatest asset as an investor isn't how much money you have, it's how much time you have.
Okay, you ready for the real mind-blowing part? What if you could find investments that earn 15% a year instead of 10%? That same $10,000 investment, it doesn't just grow a little bit more, it explodes to over $4 million. Think about that. That seemingly small difference in your annual return, it's the difference between a great retirement and truly life-changing wealth.
So you're probably thinking, great, I'll just go for the highest returns and take on tons of risk. But hold on a second. There's a reason Warren Buffett's most famous rule is all about not losing money, because a huge loss is devastating. It's like hitting a giant reset button on that compounding clock. Playing good defense is actually how you win this long, long race.
So let's pull all this together. What's your game plan for this marathon to wealth? It's simple, really. Start early. Time is your superpower. Be consistent with your savings and investing. Think like a long-term business owner, not a short-term gambler. Protect yourself from those big, damaging losses. And most of all, be patient. Just let that incredible force of compound interest do the heavy lifting for you.
You see, the ideas themselves aren't that complicated. From a simple lemonade stand to a multi-million-dollar portfolio, the rules of the game are the same. But when you actually put them into practice over time, man, they are unbelievably powerful. So, the marathon has already started. The real question is, what's your first step going to be?